walk out that building. I'm talking to Marco. So I'm engaging with him, but I'm telling you what's happening in spirit. What's happening in spirit, I heard what I used to bring you here is not what I'm using to take you there. And my entire sight, I can see my hand way up here, and my peripheral is really good, so I can see way almost behind me, the way my peripheral is set up. All of my sight was filled up with Bishop Jordan. That's the only face I could see. So I was confused. And Spirit said, look to your left. And I looked to the left, and I saw Bishop Jordan. I saw Apostle Elijah Forte, my mentor before him. I saw Onyx Martin, his wife, Catherine. I saw Edna and Kenneth Vaughn. I saw Bishop L.L. Stevenson and his wife, Cassandra. Every person, chicken, cooking gentlemen, that ever were authorities impacted my granddad and my grandma that I lived with. I began to see everything, all the way back to my dad and mom, because they are my first spiritual parents, because they really birthed me into this thing. And I look back and I came to Jordan. I know now, didn't know then, that was Spirit saying it's complete. Your mentorship is complete. You are now a master. I know that now, but in the moment I wasn't aware of all of what I was hearing because I was so confused with Jordan. I'm like, well, why not? I had really been in this struggle for about 2 years at this point. So I was like, is it that serious? I thought that was just a feeling I had, and I haven't been, it's been different, but Carlton's gone now. Jordan is by himself. I got to be the spiritual son, and that was something I was saying that I shouldn't have been saying, but I wanted him to feel endeared because he had been done wrong, and Manasseh wasn't in his life. He told me many times how I caused him to forget how mentees and his natural son had hurt him. That was out his words, and he said that to y'all. So I'm not telling you something you don't know. So yeah, I was split in two.
Hi guys. Make sure you comment below. Make sure you like the video on your way in. You guys, this video would not be long like it was the other night. Or last night rather. But the lawsuit. And not only that, but we're going to talk about the character, and behavior behind this too as well, of both individuals. I do not have all the names to the lawsuit, but I only see the names that is visible. And that's about it. I'm not going to conjure up or make up names that I don't see, but it is others. And I don't know who it is, but it's others. And we know Thais is in the lawsuit, Conscious TV, Larry Reid, who else? Charles, I think Charles Blake, or like Blake, somebody last name Blake. We mentioned that when I went live. So the voice you just heard was Larry Reid when he decided to break off the friendship with Bishop Bernard Jordan. If you guys go back to my last few videos, you will see the breakup, the video that I did on the breakup on here of sexual allegations that was against Larry Reid by a couple of individuals. Young men here. I'm going to put the case number to one of the individuals that was actually actual misconduct. So you'll see it at the bottom here, the Middle District of North Carolina, Wisdom Salem Division, Larry D. Reid and Larry Reid Live LLC plaintiff versus LaVontre Andrews, defendant complaint number one dot dot 22 CV 880. So you guys can see it at the bottom of the screen. I will be posting other cases with pastors to it as well at the bottom of the screen. You guys can go and research it yourself. Um, and so what I want to say, this whole situation that is going on, it's a shock to a lot of pastors. All right. I had one prophet to tell me, to ask me, Miss Furlow, is this true? I mean, I guess he felt like I was just posting something. I was just, putting out false allegations or false stories, but I will never put out such a story like that towards Bishop E. Bernard Jordan. I would never do that. Um, I actually looked up the case. It was there, so I posted it. I'm not going to post it if somebody said it. I have to look it up. I have to make sure that it is actually facts. Okay. So the case is real. It has been posted by several news outlets and also Christian news outlets as Christian posts. They're very popular within the Christian community. So they posted it too as well with details, with a lot of details that's in the documents. Um, so I want you guys to, I'm gonna post this here. Let me see who that. Hold on, let me make sure. I wanna Miss Cheryl Bradford from San Diego, California. She came in yesterday. She came in yesterday and sent her little shout outs yesterday when I posted the video. So I want you guys to, I know many may not be here now, but most of the time when I do my videos, some people may not be here, but they come in later. And I just go ahead and do my video and continue to talk and say what I have to say. So we all watched the response that Larry had, you know, had talked about last night, yesterday, um, about the lawsuit that is against him. I saw it, and he, how Larry Reid is. He go to trying to make himself feel or seem as though that he's always in the right with this, but he was the one that came out publicly and said that there was sexual allegations. There were some things that he knew about Bishop Jordan. He came out and said it. Nobody said this but Larry after the breakup. So like other bloggers are saying, hey, we did not have to know about any of this. You could have broke up with this guy and moved on with your life. But from what we are gathering is that allegedly Larry and Bernard may had some type of relationship together. And he's just acting out as a scorned lover or somebody that's jealous because he had other relationships besides him and he found out about it. So that's only our opinion. That's only, what we feel, the reason why Larry is doing this. That's all we're gonna say. Okay. So I know it have to be something going on with Larry for Larry to do this to a man that he was friends with for some time. And and he shared secrets to him. Even Manasseh also opened up to Larry on several occasions about his past issues, emotional issues and stuff like that. So make sure you guys hit the like button. Hi, Ryan, you always first. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Miss Cheryl was first, but she was yesterday. She was yesterday when I put the video up. So I want you guys to know this right here. This had been in my spirit all day. Hide your children, protect your young men, protect them. Hide your children, protect them. This predatory spirit is running rapid, not only in the Black community, but in the world. Okay. We have been getting reports of pastors being arrested, judges being arrested, teachers being arrested, politicians being arrested for predatory behavior. Okay. Even this one teacher here in Georgia, UGA teacher in Georgia, was actually outed by some social media um, influencers, but he have skipped town. Okay, he don't skip town. He's in another country. All right. So I guess the officers didn't have time to investigate, but they have proof that he was actually texting a 14-year-old child. He admitted it on live. Okay, he admitted it that he was texting a 14-year-old child. So he admitted to it. And so you guys hide your children, protect your young men, because predators are everywhere and they are hiding in authoritative type position as teachers, police officers, pastors, your mother, your father, your uncle, okay? Doctors, lawyers. You know, these people are in authoritative type positions that, you know, kids look up to and they trust, you know, people they trust the most, just like pastors. You know, they, you know, hey, they supposed to be spiritual people. They supposed to be, you know, have this godly love inside of them. And so, you know, a lot of people are drawn to that, you know, they're like, oh, okay. And then most of the people that are drawn to these pastors are children or young adults that don't have a father. All right. So I had to deal with that in my life as well. Not only, you know, what you guys are seeing out here in open spaces, I've dealt with this situation too. This is nothing new to me. That's the reason why I can come out and I can talk about these situations. It's nothing new to me. I've dealt with that too. And so I know, trust me, I know. So some of these people that's coming out and exposing these people, I know they're telling the truth. You know, not just saying, "Oh, I'm seeing it through my own situation," but you know, there's some red flags and stuff like that. I mean, you know, trust me, I've been there. I know about it, and I've been around a lot of counselors that have, you know, talked about it and stuff like that. So I gotta turn that down, you guys. People are calling me while I'm on live. We ain't gonna be doing that. Come on now. Let's get this dealt with. They're gonna have to come on here and come on the live. So anyway, so I want you guys, make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button as you come in. If you would like to comment, that's fine. But we are going to just talk for a few minutes about Larry Reid's live that he, you know, he was responding to the lawsuit or whatever. And he tends to try to be very condescending at times when he speaks about other content creators and stuff like that, to make himself look more highly and more experienced than others. Okay. You can't be that experienced if you always in a courtroom and people's always suing you, you know. So you gotta, you know, some gotta give, you know, that, because I thought that would to be very manipulative of him to talk about other content creators talking about their sizes, and they don't know what they're talking about. These people are reading from the documents that they have received, and it's clear as day. It says in there that you are being sued by Bishop Jordan. Like, how do we want to just change it to a complaint? That's what Ben said. That's what it is. It's a lawsuit. Okay? Lawsuit. We don't want to just say a complaint. I mean, the man haven't even, I mean, if it's a complaint, it wouldn't even went to the judge. And come on now. We all know how to write a report. Write a report and be done with. Okay. But this right here is um this right here is a shock to the church. It is a shock to the church. Um I've said before, Larry Reid is not to be trusted. You really can't trust him. He have self-destruct behavior, and when he cannot get his way, this what happens. Right here, when he cannot get his way, this is what happens. Something happened. Something happened. It ain't just my ancestors told me that it's time to move on. No, no. No, it's something else behind all this, because no way in the world. No way in the world. Exactly. As we mentioned before in my last live, that Bishop Whitehead already told us who Larry was, who he is as a person. If you guys go check my community channel, you'll see a lot of videos over there, and you'll see past videos. Some of the videos I have you have to subscribe as a member to watch the videos, because some of them are very explicit, and so you have to subscribe to watch them or to listen to the videos, because it's about sexual child molestation. It's about people being alleged raped and all kinds of stuff going on. So if you want to listen to it or go back and try to gather information to understand what's going on now in the present, that's what you got to do. That's the only way you're going to figure it out. You got to go back to the past to figure out what's going on in the present. You got to, do that. So if I need to change the membership amount, that'll be okay. I'll change it. But some of these videos are explicit, okay? And there's some things that we saying in the chat, and and stuff like that. So, like I said, we have been following this story. We have been following Larry. We have been following Bishop for quite some time, and we have seen their relationship, over time. We have mentioned things too that was questionable, and so now at this point, David and Jonathan is at war. They used to call themselves David and Jonathan. They used to always bring this old scripture up. Oh, David and Jonathan were so in love with each other, but they wasn't having sex. Or y'all remember that. Okay. But now David and Jonathan is at war. Okay. The flesh, David and Jonathan, is at war. Okay. So that's what they used to call themselves. I think Larry hid that video where Bishop was laying on his head and they was calling themselves David and Jonathan. But this right here is very serious, you guys. This is so serious because Bishop Bernard Jordan was looked up to by many people, right? Well-known people. And he's supposed to be an archbishop. Okay. So he was looked up to, and just to see this happen in this way is very cringing, and it's sad. Wait a minute. You're so silly. You said, ooh, that's attacking, saying that they was that. Yes, they did. Yeah, they did. I have the video. I have partial of the video. I don't have all of it. I kept all these videos all these years. Google, they keep everything. And so I have all the videos. They are in my phone on my Google account. So I have every video. that is out here. I have all the videos, but I will be going live with these videos, not right now, but I will be going live with all these videos in probably when if the case continue, if the case gets serious, then I'll start dropping these videos, of their relationship, how it all started, and all this and that or whatever. But yeah, they said it. Okay. Um, it's this is shocking. And for Larry to say that he went to school to be a judge, he said he went to Larry, Ryan. Larry said he went to school to be a judge and a lawyer or something like that on his live. I was like, what? He said that he would not be paying Bishop Bernard Jordan on $10 million. And he have not been in violation of no type of RICO law or anything. He said no, he haven't been in no violation. But he was the one that came out, and said that there are some sexual allegations against Bishop Jordan. He did. He was the one that did it. You know, he did it. Those that are in the window, make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button. And we want to send a shout out to King Payne for posting the information that I gathered. I appreciate that so much for people to support me in that way. I do create content, and I've said that several times. I create my content. I don't steal people's whole entire videos and put it on my page. I don't do that. I have to create it. Okay, I create content with a commentary, just maybe partial, maybe a minute, maybe 4 minutes or something like that. But I don't steal people's videos. I screen record some of them, but sometimes I have to get the whole entire video in case they want to take it down, but I don't put it on my page. It depends. So he said Larry is the RICO Act. I know, right? I mean, it just seems like he get other people in trouble and try to encourage other people to come out and say, crazy stuff on his platform. If he's a judge and a lawyer, he wouldn't set people up for traps like this. Now you got Pastor Justin Edwards. They supposed to have a relationship, I mean, they supposed to had y'all. They say they were going together, Bishop and Justin Edwards, but that's allegedly, y'all. But okay, whatever. But yeah, this is too much. This is y'all. It ain't hard for me to talk about it, but it's so disgusting. It is so disgusting. I swear. I'm sorry. He said Larry is a lie. You just don't become a judge. Hold on. Let me see. Larry is a lie. You don't just become a judge. That is years of experience. He said he went to school to be a judge, but I don't know if he continued in the studies. But that's what Larry said. That's what he said. He said he know all about this. Well, there's a lot of judges that don't went to prison too, and I just saw a judge that go to prison for child porn. Come on now. We got judges, lawyers, all of them. Okay? Going to prison. And that's what he said. But so Bishop Bernard Jordan, everybody's saying out here in open space that Bishop Bernard Jordan is actually exposing himself, but he also is taking others down with him as well. If he has to go down, he's going down with $80 million. $80 million. And that's his retirement money, because these allegations, some of it is facts now. Now, some of this stuff is facts. So he gathering up 80 million, and that's his retirement money. Because he know after this, I don't know. This leaving a bitter taste in the church's mouth, because this is crazy. You said Larry doesn't have a college degree. I can't. It says this has been fact checked. Exactly. Look, Larry said he been to school to be a judge and a lawyer. Larry be trying to be so condescending when he speaks, and he also was trying to make it sound good. And he said these people need to go back to school. They need to do all this and that. But I'm just saying though, he been in more lawsuits than in anything, like anybody. Like he just been through all these lawsuits, and what he's doing and what he did, it just seems so manipulative. Why didn't he just break up with the guy and just move on? Just move on with your life. The ancestors told you it's time to depart. You now have become the master. So he's trying to tear Bishop Bernard down. Just say, yeah, Bishop Whitehead. So he can become the master and the source of it all. Larry, I always have a plan. And this is my opinion and my spiritual, I can say my spiritual belief. I've been watching this man for some time, and he tend to act out in self-destructive behavior. Self-destruct. He, I don't know what to say, but this is a mess. This is a whole mess. And Bishop got them lawyers up there. Bishop got them lawyers. All right, we want to see how this gonna work. This gonna go. Really, we really do. But he read the Christian Post, right, article instead of going to well, he reviewed the case. He reviewed it, but he read out the Christian Post article because he don't want to admit that he actually read the case. Exactly. Exactly. So he ain't fooling nobody but himself. He was trying to convince himself that he's going to get off, that there is nothing Bishop Jordan has against him, and that every time they spoke on the phone or something took place, he always recorded it. And I know a lot of content creators do that, but to use it as revenge porn or revenge in a revengeful way is malicious. So if Bishop can prove that this was malicious, he through, he done. You just don't do that to someone. I'm just gonna be honest. I mean, I know you guys, this man is a bishop. I understand that. I understand this man is a bishop. I understand that what goes around comes around. I understand that God brings judgment. I do understand that, but I'm just talking based on their friendship. You know, that's it. Because we already knew anyway. You know, we already knew anyway. I'm just talking based on their friendship. That's all I'm talking on, based on their friendship. Because we're going to let God do the judging. Because we already said what we had to say. We don't said it several times in our videos. You guys can go back and watch all our videos. There are old videos on their relationship. And we have mentioned this several times. So I don't know if he's going to drop the case or what he's going to do. Because at this point, this is at this point, it's like this is, well, I'm trying to figure out the word for it, Ryan. Trying to figure out the word for it. You know, you dig a ditch for somebody else and you fall right in it. You know, and you're not paying attention because you be so upset and mad at that person, but you stutter trying to dig a ditch for them, and you just fall right in it. You be like, how did I get here? And that's what this seems like with Bishop Jordan and Larry Reid is, how did I get here? Somebody was digging some ditches for others, and somehow they both fell in this ditch. Now they're facing each other. Something is this whole thing right here is just, it's so troubling. Okay, you say he's allowed degree. He doesn't have a degree at all. You notice he hasn't showed his degree. Talking about canceling degrees when he was on the stand at court, he admitted he didn't have a degree. Exactly. He always, why do he do that? Larry, why you always say stuff like that? He always say that. I mean, if you don't have it, just don't mention it, because at this point, your degrees, you say you have a degree, does not justify uh you doing what you're doing, or what you have done to others. And it does not show any type of integrity towards this situation anyway, as though you went to school to be a judge. That's just crazy. It don't show, I don't see it. I don't see it at all. I see where he just, oh, this is far beyond disgusting. This is disgusting. King Payne is still on live, you guys. Trying to find my remote. So, okay, you guys, I don't want to be on here long, but I want you guys to know, I want you to hide your kids, hide your babies, hide your young men, hide them. Okay, protect them. Because we have people, pastors in the ministry, disguising themselves as leaders, God's chosen vessels. And I know people's like, but he gave me a prophecy. Lord have mercy. Jesus. Y'all, it's how the kids, exactly. Exactly. There are predators out that are preying on the young men. Okay? On young men. And I had a conversation with somebody just the other day of how men in the ministry are blaming women, and then also men, just men period, just blaming women for everything, when there are more men and even pastors that are stripping men of their manhood before they even get 18 years old. But y'all blaming women and put the food stamps, Medicaid, all this stuff. That's irrelevant, and that doesn't mean anything. It is the men that are the leaders. And I guarantee you this, when a man step in the house, it don't matter if that man been gone years from the home and the mother been raising a child. When he stepped back in that home, that child is going to respect him. The men are the leaders. The man was first. The man. It's the man. It's the man. So it doesn't make any sense how women are blamed for everything, but you got men in prison. You got men in prison that are sexually assaulting other men when they come inside the prison that probably don't even have no murder charge, but got some type of other type of charge. And as soon as they hit the door, they taking their manhood from them. So I'm just trying to figure this out. And then they say women are supposed to be ministers or preaching or evangelists, whatever. They find a way to blame everything on women when men are the leaders. Archbishop is a leader, okay? He's a leader. He's looked up to. Come on, this man, very popular, very popular. And when some leaders feel like they have this power over people's head, they sometimes take that, hey, I got this type of power over these people. Let me try this, okay? And see where they fall for it. So, Archbishop that shook hands with the Pope. And Polar Larry Reid, he out here. The Bible called them harlots, okay? The Bible called them harlots. And I don't think women are the only ones can be harlots. All right? My phone is ringing. Let me decline this. So, let me know if you guys can hear me. All right? Make sure you guys come in the comments. And I hope I got the right one. Because they just called my phone just a second ago. He's so silly. I swear you is. He's silly. He is so silly. So, so I just want you guys to know these are the last days, okay? And a prophet don't have to speak but one time. When a prophet speak judgment or speak a thing over somebody, they don't have to speak but one time, and that's it. There's no need to keep digging it up and digging it up and digging it up and digging it up. Just keep repeating yourself. Keep repeating yourself. You got to keep repeating yourself over and over again. Prophecy cannot be turned. It can't even be overturned. You can't even do. You can't do nothing. Prophecy is what it is. And when you come against God's anointed one, a lot will happen. When you astral projecting yourself to attack the non-anointed one, things are going to happen to you anyway. Okay? Astral projecting in folks' bedroom and messing with their spirit and all of that, and conscious TV over there doing what he doing and all this stuff. And don't do me. Don't do me, period. So, but these folk be doing too much, okay? It don't even take all that. I'm not even your enemy. I'm not even your enemy. Or maybe you may see something on me and you may fear that, but I'm not your enemy. Okay? I am not your enemy. I'm just speaking from what I'm seeing out here in open spaces and from what you are running your mouth about. And sometimes we have to bring that back in when you're being manipulative to God's people. You cannot be manipulative to God's people. Because what concerns us concerns God. And when you trouble God's people like that, God is going to send somebody to trouble you. So don't do that. We can't sit back and just allow it to happen and keep happening. Paul went against the sorcerers. Oh, yes, he did. He went against them sorcerers, them old wicked folks. Okay. They say something, he come back with the truth. All right. So come on. Don't be mad. Don't be saying nobody jealous of you. No, you when you lie, people got to come out with content so they can come against the lie you just told to God's people. Because you send stuff in the atmosphere like that. That's power. Come on now. Ain't nobody got time for that. Because I'm going to say what I got to say. I'm going to say what I have to say. Make sure you hide your kids now. Protect the young men. All right, protect them. Because this is, look, protect them. You know, I don't know how this case going to go. I can't tell you how it's going to go. I can't tell you how it's going to go. But I know how I want it to go, you know. But at the end of the day, like I say, I can speak, you know, on it based on their friendship relationship. I think Larry Reid was absolutely wrong for what he did because he's not doing it for the glory of God. But God's people, you know, will get the victory. No doubt now. Yeah, no doubt. Okay, no doubt. No doubt. But this is scandalous. So scandalous. All right. And I do have a number that you can call into my podcast. I do have a phone number, but we're not going to do that tonight, but we'll do it when the case, you know, we'll see what the case is going and all this stuff here. But you can actually join the live, you know, if you want to. But I do have a phone number you can call in, you know, and run your mouth and tell people how you feel about the situation. And I just want to know, you know, I want you guys to put this in a comment. I want you to put this down in the comments below after I'm done with this video. I really want you guys to let me know, how do you feel about God after seeing so many bishops fall from grace? How do you feel about God? How do you feel about church? Do you feel like this caused you to walk away from church? You know, and I said this, I think the other night on my last video. No one can get me to turn my back on the Lord. No one. No one. I mean, no one. Absolutely no one. No one. I mean, not one person. Mm-mm. Okay? No one. Let me see. You say you're not part of a church? Okay. I'm not part of a church, but I know churches. Churches really do help folks. Exactly. Exactly. Even fellowshipping like we do on YouTube, it still helps people. Fellowshipping, you know. And I say this, you know, make sure you guys are fellowshipping. It could be on YouTube, it can be on Facebook, it can be on Instagram, where you turn it on and you fellowship with a lot of people and you guys are conversing about God, you know, a topic or something like that, you know. And just like Drewski came out with content that caused others to fellowship together and question some things that was going on in the church. And I think that's needed, you know. So stay in fellowship, you know, with, you know, those that are talking about the Lord in ways that it can help them, you know, move forward with their relationship with God. You know, so you say I can see you in part. Exactly. 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 Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, thank you, Ryan. So exactly. So we all know the church is within us, and the church is within us. It is. That's the truth. The kingdom of God is within us. Okay. Those that keep saying they are in the kingdom of God, but when they open their mouth You don't see nothing. Nothing about the kingdom come out of it. Okay. Especially Larry over there calling folk bees and whores and stuff like that on his live the other day or yesterday, just calling people all kind of names and talking about you ain't got nothing in you. You know, you got nothing there. But your ancestors, them demons, you know. Like, I mean, you said it, you know. I'll just tell you what they are. They demons. Okay. Your uncle went to bed, went to sleep in the grave as an alcoholic. Okay. Someone went to sleep in the grave as root workers. Okay. And they keep saying, oh, root workers are good people. No, they're not. If they put spells on people or curses or anything on people to make others love them, no. We can't, no, that's not good. You can't mess with someone's free will. You can't mess with someone's free will. That's against God's law. You will be cursed 7 times, 7 times 7. Okay? That's one thing you can't do, force someone to love you by going to put witchcraft or voodoo on them. You are messing with their free will. So come on now, really? Turn it back on church, but like you said, church is inside of us. Yeah, they call it church. Exactly. They call it church hurt. And somebody can be hurt so bad to a point, you know, that's why I tell everybody, guard your heart. Guard your heart. That's like even in relationship. Yeah, relationship with a church pastor, relationship with somebody. This person can hurt you so bad to a point you're gonna see everybody just like this dude or this girl. You know. So yeah, it can, you could be hurt by one pastor and you can see everybody else the same way or every pastor the same way. You know, it's the same thing. It's your emotions. Look, King Payne showing everything about Larry Reid. So what we want to do, we want to guard our hearts. All right. Even if you may see Archbishop in this position right now, don't give up on other archbishops and pastors and teachers, priests. Don't give up on them because of one mistake a man made. Don't give up on God because there are some true apostles and priests out here that are making pure sacrifices unto the Lord. You have to learn how to guard your heart, watch your emotions. You know, when you go through a situation and it's maybe on your job with your boss, don't be mad at every boss. You know, guard your heart. Learn how to understand that situation is this situation. Learn how to separate your emotions from certain situations. You got to learn how to guard it, learn how to control it. You know, bring some balance to your emotions. You know, because some people, they can get scarred when they was a child and they turn out to be murderers because they never learn how to take control of their emotions. They never learn to be healed or, you know, some people just go on a rampage like Larry. Larry's on a, oh, Jesus. And he think he gonna be the master. He think he gonna be the source of it all. And then the answer said, you are now master. I was like, Lord have mercy, please, y'all hear the chat. All right. You know, he be getting mad at what we be saying about him. He be getting so mad. So maybe there's a book on how to move on from church hurt. Well, I mean, it ain't just church hurt. A lot is hurt. Hurt is hurt, regardless where it comes from. Hurt is hurt. People got to learn how to not allow that one situation to cause them to judge other situations the same. You know, I've been hurt before. Okay. I've been hurt before. And I may be still hurt about that situation, but I'm not finna blame it on everybody else. You know. And then we got to learn how to get closure from certain situations. Closure, closure, so yeah. So hurt is hurt regardless where it comes from, you know, and we just got to learn how to guard our heart. Like I said before, if it was not for God in my life, the Lord came in my life when I was 20 something years old. And so from that day, I've been protected from going to prison. I'm not telling you that I did something wrong, but the Lord protected me from going to prison, protected me from all type of situations in my life. And many would say that I was a fool or I was weak. But no, it was a spirit that was holding me back. I'm telling you. Mm-mm. Couldn't have been. I had to be like, I don't know what happened. Even when I was assaulted by a white woman, and a lot of you, I never even talked about this. I never even told you guys nothing about it. Yes, I was assaulted by a white woman. Okay? Yes. Yes. Okay? Yes, I was. Okay? And I could have done a lot of things, but at that moment, it had to be nobody but the Holy Ghost. I swear to you guys. I swear. I don't know what happened. I don't know what came over me. I don't know. I just don't know what came over me. I just kept doing what I was doing. Y'all, I swear I couldn't. I had to think back, like, what is going on with me? Like, really? Exactly. I was. I was. And they tried to cover it up. They tried to cover it up. Yes, they did. I still have the case number. I have the police report. But the police report, they try to cover that up too. There are several police reports that I have that have made me look like I was, well, I say this, they defame my character as a woman and as a person. Yeah, they defame my character. But see, I had went through the trauma and I wasn't able to speak for myself. And so at the moment, but hey, it's still there. Trust me. Because it ain't over. And I say that all the time, it's not over. For those that have done me wrong in the past and think they don't got away with it, God has not forgotten that they have troubled his people. Come on now. They think God don't forgot about it. Or they tell us to get over it. Okay? You would never forget what somebody done to you, and that's just point blank. I've tried it. That it does not happen. You can't forget that. Sometimes it be because we don't have closure. Okay? But I will never forget that. Okay? Never in my life. Okay? Yeah, maybe. Exactly. Exactly. So, as I was saying before, I've been through situations where I would have just snapped and I didn't. Okay. So, Larry Reid supposedly have this type of power. He's supposed to have this type of anointing, or he's supposed to be a master. Or whoever he was talking to. If he telling us that he's speaking to the most high God, the true and living God, the true and living God would not allow you to operate in such behavior. And that's on everything. Anything, he will bring you down and everybody else down around you. Okay? Come on now. would not allow it. He didn't allow David. He didn't allow David to just, take his anointing and just do whatever he wanted to do. He didn't allow David to do it. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Let me put this up in the window. Just talking. All right, so you guys, this is my first time ever mentioning this to you guys. I get more depth into it probably later on in some years, and we'll talk about it. I'll let you know what happened. I'll let you know where it happened at. I didn't sign no NDAs. I didn't sign nothing. Okay? It happened. Okay? It happened. And they tried to cover it up. They tried to cover it up. Okay? By defaming my character. And I tell y'all something about this system. This system can be very manipulative too, as well. They cover up for each other. And like you see in these judges and these lawyers coming out being exposed for porn and all this, this is the reason why we can't get justice. This is the reason why we can't get justice. Because they being blackmailed. Because these folk know what they doing behind the scenes. So if you don't let me get off on this, I'm going to tell on you. Okay? That's the reason why. Because they are not living their lives right. They are living any kind of way. And they don't care. Okay? Yeah. I mean, it just don't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. How some people are. Making any sense when they think they don't got away with it. You haven't got away with anything. All right. So thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that. That's so nice. All right, you guys. Make sure you guys hit the like button on your way in here. All right, you guys. I want you guys to know that I will be back once this case start rolling. I hope so. It does, so I can look at it. It seems a bit interesting because I want to know this Blake guy. I don't know who this guy. You know the Blake guy? Because I thought it was one of the content creators, but teach his own. Maybe somebody else. But we do know who Justin Edwards is. But we do know who Justin Edwards is. Okay. We do know who Pastor Justin Edwards is. Okay. All right. All right. So I'll be showing all the videos, mostly a lot of videos that I would create. I'll be creating content. And you guys, we can go over it and we can listen to it and, see where we can go from here. And we really need to not take God as a joke, okay, in this season. Because I noticed that Larry sometimes be taking God as a joke over there on his platform. Ain't that wrong with having a sense of humor, but he not only have a sense of humor, he don't only have a sense of humor, but he be kind of devious with it, real devious. He kind of folk fat, bees, and all kinds of stuff. That man was like mad. He don't went on everybody's channel, listen to their commentary. I was like, Larry, really? Come on. Just listen to everybody. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Well, if you knew what you were talking about, Larry, you wouldn't be in this situation. And your name would be in all these cases, on these cases. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, it really doesn't. I want to see where this going to go. Because Larry really is for sure that he's not going to get in trouble for recording Bishop all these years and for using the videos as revenge porn or revenge, whatever. I was like, what? You say Jesse tried to clear? Look, Jesse tried to clear his name and couldn't find out. Oh my God. Really? Justin, I didn't believe Justin when Justin was talking. I just couldn't go live because my video kept messing up. Justin is in trouble. Justin is in trouble, y'all. Pastor Justin Edwards. They say he don't have but 12 members, but Shoot. This is crazy. He tried to act like he was just, I don't know, like he was just like, don't mess my reputation up. But Bishop Jordan said, no, y'all ain't finna do me like this. I'm getting ready to expose all of y'all. He said he gonna expose all of them. If I go down, y'all going down with me. Bishop Jordan ain't playing with him. Bishop Jordan ain't playing. We're gonna see where this gonna go and stuff like that. But I want you guys to hit the like button. You guys make sure you hit the like button, please, as you come in. So I will be. Let me tick this down here at the bottom. Okay, blackmail. Blackmail is a criminal offense demanding payment in return for not revealing damaging information. All right, so in this case, there is some damaging information that's about Bishop E. Bernard Jordan. And Bishop Jordan is not kindly, he is upset. So he decided to go ahead and sue everybody. All right, that is involved with revealing damaging information. Right. It's also said that they have some type of revenge porn against Bishop E. Bernard Jordan. You know, Larry is not the one to be trying to be friends with. Y'all already seen what he does in the past on a lot of pastors. Okay, he do a lot. And so, like I said, you know, if he could go ahead and tell us which cousin that did him like that years ago, I think he'll probably be more relieved because he haven't outed his cousins yet. He said his cousins, but he never mentioned no names. He never did none of that. But he want to be out here outing everybody else except for his own cousin that did him like that years ago, and have not even put charges on the guy, whoever the cousin was. And that's what I'm talking about. He want to be out here stepping on everybody else's toes and exposing everybody except his own cousin. Can we know who the cousin that did this to you? So we can confront him and tell him, look what you did. Look what you don't cause up here in the church. This man over here in the church exposing everybody, recording everybody, trying to destroy everybody's life. You know, like really. Come on. This is crazy. Can we find out who the cousin that molested Larry when he was a little boy? Okay. Mm. All right. So let's see. I'll make sure you guys know. Okay. Look at the bottom. If you guys look at the bottom, you guys will see the case that Larry had against one of his accusers that accused him of some sexual allegations and stuff like that when he was a little boy. So that's the case number at the bottom right there. Larry tried to go and sue him, I think. Larry tried to go back and sue him, but you know, to each his own on that part. And this is, let's see, George Bloomer District. Okay, I don't know what that. Okay, so let me see. George Bloomer had some mess going on too, you guys. Bishop George Bloomer had something going on. Okay, so I forgot Larry said that about his cousin. Yeah, he said that about his cousin. You know that he told everybody. So this is nothing that this is not allegedly, you guys. This is really true in facts. You know, it's recorded on the transcripts through YouTube. So yeah, he mentioned to everybody that he was, you know, messed with by one of his cousins. So yeah. And so he never even mentioned the cousin's name. I never heard him mention the cousin's name. I mean, if you guys have, I mean, hey, let me know in the comments, but I never heard him mention no name. Cousin might be on the platform. We never know, you know. But he want to go out here and out everybody else and then want us to feel like he's out here trying to help children and stuff and all this and that from, you know, from getting hurt and sexual attack by these pastors and stuff like that, you know. But he's not even out here trying to tell us who hurt him when he was a little boy. And he out here acting just like a harlot. Out here, you know, if you expose yourself like that, you know, these pastors gonna come out and want to mess with you if you expose yourself like that. And then you think it funny too. And then he think it funny. That's what make it so bad. He thought it was funny. And then he was laughing about it when he said he started taking monetary gifts and stuff. I mean, come on now. He thought it was fun. I mean, this is not funny. This is really, really horrible. This is not funny. He just laugh about it like it's so funny. You know, this is crap. How did someone as that is so mentally disturbed have a platform or YouTube? So mentally disturbed. They got a platform on YouTube trying to minister to everybody and counsel everybody on YouTube. Come on now, really. YouTube and Facebook that have been accused of sexual allegations against kids. Exactly, he did. You guys take a look at my Facebook page, you guys. You go to my Facebook page, you'll see the videos that I have posted inside the comments. Make sure you guys go in the comments. You're going to see a lot of videos inside the comments. You guys will see the videos of Larry Reid confessing to doing sexual things for monetary gifts. He confessed to it. And he laughing about it like it's so freaking funny. What's funny? There's nothing funny about that. This man was a young guy, you know. Let's see. Have I noticed all the crazies have the most following? I don't know. Maybe it's a coping mechanism for him or something. Maybe it's for him to pretend to be somebody he's not. It's a safe space for him, maybe, to pretend to be somebody he's not, so I don't know. But he really got in his head that ain't nothing gonna happen to him. That's what he said. He said he didn't never break no laws. He never, broke any laws. He can record whoever he want to record. I mean, in Atlanta you can. Now ATL you can. Now I know that in Georgia you can do that, you know. So like I did it before because I thought I was gonna be threatened. So I didn't want to be threatened by somebody I did not know. And I'm just only on Facebook, just, posting a story and reposting the same thing the investigators were talking about. But they felt the need that I didn't need to even reveal that the pastor had 3 or maybe 4 domestic violent allegations against him before he even was killed by his wife. But they get mad at me because I'm revealing all this stuff. Like this is what the investigators said too as well, and news reporters. But they was mad at me because I reposted it. But I don't know them. I don't owe them anything. I'm not obligated to feel the way they feel. My obligations is to God, and that's it. Nobody's obligated to feel the way I feel about my mom. Nobody. So it's just these people. I swear. He said, why ain't nothing gonna happen to Larry because he working for the exactly. Larry, people are saying you working for the feds, you working for the CIA. Let Bishop tell it. Bishop can tell it better than we can. You know that, right? Oh, Bishop, I miss old Bishop Whitehead. I saw him out there on his I saw him post something on his page though. He did post something on his Facebook page. Yeah, he's trying to get out of prison. He's trying to get out. But I hate what happened to him. I hate that what happened to him, and I just don't understand why Larry got involved. I just don't understand that why he got involved with Bishop going to jail. I just don't understand that. It just did not make any sense. And the man had got robbed in this church. He could have got killed and all this stuff here, But they ended up catching the guys though for doing that. But he did not set up his own robbery. He was just trying to tell the truth. I wasn't condoning his behavior towards the lady, but they did say that he did actually go out and buy a house for that lady, but she just didn't want that house. So to each his own, So to each his own. So I mean, it is what it is. I don't condone anybody stealing money from anybody, But they kept talking about, what if it was your mama? And like I told them, it's not my mama. Cause my mom was in the nursing home. Yeah, my mom was in the nursing home the whole time. They were talking about that. I was like, what? It ain't my mama. It'll never be my mama. Come my mama in the nursing home. What? I was like, what? What if? And if my mama wanted the nursing home, my mama would not have not allowed no one to take that much money from her. No. My mama had a stroke, and that's how she ended up in the nursing home. But it's not my mama. My mama though passed away. My mom passed away last year. It's like I did. I told her. I said it's not my mama. I kept telling them that. You remember they kept coming in the chat, and we just kept talking about the situation. They was like, "What if it was your mother?" Then they were making all kind of comments and stuff all night long. What if it's your mama? It ain't my mama. My mama in a nursing home. Like my mama's in a nursing home. My mom wouldn't even allow that to even happen. How you give your whole life savings to somebody, $90,000? Then her nephew or son or somebody had something to do with it. So I don't know why they didn't lock him up. They should have locked him up. Throw away the key on him. Yeah, they always do that. They always do that. That lady, did you see the comments in my group though? These folk were coming at me. I'm telling you, they was coming at me. They didn't want me to talk about the story anymore, about the pastor wife, or whatever. But I'm going to talk about it. And this is not over with. It is not over with because I'm coming for them. It is not over with because I haven't heard anything that the wife is not going to go to prison or nothing like that. So they said they still investigating. So, we're going to keep our eye on that story, so, we're going to keep an eye on it. So I had people sharing my posts. I had people using my content from my Facebook page in there. So if you do see the story on YouTube, some of my content is actually in their videos. And so they didn't give me credit for it, but my content is in their videos. But I use part of their content. When somebody use my content, I use part of their content too. It'll probably be a minute or something like that. It's in front of my mom always told me to tell. So I always tell people it's not my mom exactly. It's not my mom exactly. It's not my mama. And then they always say, what if it was your son? I said, it's not my son. And they kept telling me that about the what's his name? Pastor Green, the Aquarius Green. They kept saying, what if it was your son? I kept telling them that is not my son. And see, people don't have to understand that you cannot conjure up false imaginations. You can't be cursing other people's lives because of other people's tragedies. It's not my son. It is your son right now that is in this situation. Not my son. I never think of no vain imaginations towards my son, my mom, my brothers, and my sister. I just don't do that. But I do understand the pain when somebody die, or when somebody gets shot. I've been there before. I'm not gonna imagine my son. He's still living. I'm not gonna imagine, people that are still alive. I'm not gonna put that on them. Okay. But I understand how it feels to have someone to die by gun violence. I do understand that. And it's painful. Okay. It's not a good look. Because you guys remember I lost my nephew. I not only lost one nephew, I lost 3 nephews to gun violence. Okay. And so I know how painful that feels. It's very painful. But if they cause their own demise, okay, there's no need me get mad at anybody else, but they didn't cause their own demise. But my last nephew, that he shot himself, and so we can understand that, but it wasn't a suicide. It because he was a young little boy and he picked the gun up, playing with the gun. He accidentally shot himself. So I do understand, pain, going through pain when your loved one died by a gun. So gun violence. So it is what it is. All right, let me get over here. It's an hour and 15 minutes. Thank you guys for coming on. And I want you guys to know I will be back on, and we will be showing more content. If you guys want to, you can go to King Payne's video. He was showing a lot of content too as well. And so you guys want the backstory on everything. He actually showed a lot of backstory on this situation. His name is King Payne. Make sure you guys tap on the video. The video is actually in 100% Real Talk on Facebook. You guys can tap on that video and it'll take you directly to his channel. Okay. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. You guys, make sure you guys hide your babies. Protect your young men. Because these dirty men, these men that have not, y'all, protect your young men. Do all you can do to protect them. Please. Because these men out here, some of these men out here do not care about how you feel at all. They just gonna go after what they want. And it's sickness. Okay? Sickness. All right. Make sure you guys hit the like button on your way in and on your way out. I appreciate you guys for coming on. Let me make sure I wish I had my little video that I can play. You know, I would have my little video, my song. Hey Ryan, did you go listen to my songs? Because I'm gonna actually play it on my live when I go live next time. All right, let me see. Wish I did have some music. Let me see what they got here. Oh, I can't play nothing. And then even my music is on here. They wrong for that one. You can't play nothing on here, Ryan. That is so sad. You can't play nothing. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. I love you guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. You guys keep praying, you guys, because this is exposure. All right. Bishop said he would not be going down by himself. He's taking everybody down with him. He's taking everybody down with him. Everybody. I hate that this happened, but it happened. All right, you guys. I love you guys. See you guys later.